What up, football freaks? It's Kitty E and the legendary Ed Chattanooga in the house. So, here for another Friday night of football. We won't be joined by Peplin this evening because good old Pep is not feeling good. Peplin, I hope you get to feeling better, brother. Tampa Tom, what is going on?
Oh, Tampa Tom's here. And he's rooting for the Ravens. I saw today they were doing a poll on YouTube, and the Ravens had 72% of the people out of like 400,000 were saying that the Ravens are going to win the game. That's the type of odds I like.
Peplin's 3-7. Let's see, Ryan. Oh, Ryan was when it wasn't doing too good. He was 2-4, but he went perfect this week, so he's 6-4.
Whoa!
And Monsieur Edward you were 5-1, and you had a good week again.
Yeah, I was hoping Tampa Bay would win. That was my one loss.
You got an 8-2 record. Oh, that's Jimmy. Jimmy didn't vote the first week, did he?
We should have just asked Jimmy who he'd pick.
Yeah, he did. He was 2-4. 2-4, and he's got 3 wins, so he's 5-5.
Wow, those guys really came back.
Austin was 6-0 last week. Ooh. And he went 2-2 this week. So he's 8-2.
I've got some good ideas for conversations we can have after the Super Bowl.
Well, who the hell's this other? Oh, that's Skipper. He wasn't here the first week, so Skipper is 1-3.
Doggone, Skip.
Skipper's 1-3.
Who is his win?
The Lions.
Oh, well, then he deserves to lose.
So, Ed, I want to just get right into it because we got some damn good championship week. I mean, there's going to be some good games.
Yeah.
I mean, your Chiefs impressed me. That game was, I mean, back and forth. Could have went either way. The whole damn game.
Yeah,
but I think the key to your success was Travis Kelce and Mahomes are going right back where they started. They're on all 8 cylinders, and then Rice is still doing good. And the other thing I know you were happy about, that Valdez-Scantling actually had a hell of a game.
Oh, did he? I get upset every time he touches the ball. I was very stressed out.
I think he only missed 1 pass. He caught 5 or 6 passes.
Holy crap. I didn't even realize that. Well, hang on. Let me present.
I could have swore, unless my records are wrong. I'm going to look right now. Hey, what's going on, Scuba Steve? Good to see you, brother. Jimmy.
Hi, Scuba Steve.
In the house.
I'm going to be going to Kentucky next week.
Kentucky
woman.
What is that cichlid thing you're going to?
I'm going to a brand new fish store that just opened up in Paducah.
I don't know what Ryan's talking about. He says this link doesn't work. Huh. Let me get this sent to Ryan again, find out what's going on there.
Well, he had 2 catches for 62 yards, which is pretty good. He must have had a really big one.
Yeah, he
Two
caught two
decent ones.
bigger passes.
Yeah.
I thought he caught more than that. Maybe I was getting him and Rice mixed up.
And that stinking well, Rice is good. I like Rice a lot. But McCole Harmon, I was so happy that the Chiefs got rid of him at the end of the year last year, and then they picked him back up, and he fumbles the ball into the end zone on the 1 foot line on second and down. We had 2 more downs to get a foot, and he's stretching out, fumbling the ball, the moron. I don't like Rice or McCole Harmon whatsoever.
Yeah, Ryan must have not have looked in the. We put him in that other feed where we're on the text, so I don't know how he didn't get the. He must not have remembered that we had that going, but I just sent it to you, Ryan.
Poor Ryan.
I might as well go into Ace.
But that was one stressful game. And I mean, everybody that's my friend said, oh, that was a great game. Whew. Unless you're a Chiefs or a Bills fan, it was very stressful.
God, I got all kinds of programs.
Very. The Packers played a lot better than I thought they would. I'm not sold on Love, though. Jordan Love. I don't think I'm drafting him. So, Tampa Tom, if you play fantasy football with us next year, if you draft Jordan Love, you don't have to worry about me stealing him from you.
If anybody else wants to get up here and talk smack, drop the link in the chat there. So there's Ryan.
What's happening?
Oh my God, Ryan. I was talking about you in my stream last night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, you know when that balloon popped, Kenny?
Yeah.
It made a huge explosion noise, but my speaker didn't play it. Like it sounded like a gun going off, and then I replayed it later that night, and you couldn't hear it at all. I think it's like got smart technology, so that way it doesn't pick up burps and coughs and loud bangs.
What's going on, Xanadu?
Now I'm picturing. Was the balloon on your stream?
It was on my stream.
Did you draw my face on it, then pop it or something? What was going on?
I was gluing rocks to it to make a neat, like a water feature for your fish tank, like a little cave type thing. But I was keeping the rocks far enough apart that moss will grow up through it.
Holy
But it'll also be like a cave for fish, and it looks really neat. Right now it's soaking.
Right on.
I paid for this haircut, man.
But with rocks.
I just realized she scalped me, man. Look at that shit. I got a big right there, man. She's got me good.
At least you're tall, Kenny. Like only so many people are gonna see this.
Yeah, but I still gotta sit at a desk and write people's estimates.
Yeah.
I think your hair looks amazing.
I think
I would take your hair.
That's why I tell my wife it's a waste of money anymore. I just need to let me loose with the razor, and I'll just keep razoring it off. It's better.
Yeah, she doesn't want to do it for you.
So, Tampa Tom, are you hoping they keep Baker around, or are you hoping they kick him to the curb?
Oh, who's that?
Oh, he says, I'll take Baker. Shit. He must have already had that answer. And, of course, Jimmy saying the Niners, Ravens.
Yeah, if I was a Bucks fan, I'd stick with Baker for sure.
A lot of teams are interested in Baker, too.
Yeah, exactly. He might be a hot commodity.
Pittsburgh and was it New York Giants were interested? Who else did I hear? I'm trying to remember. There was a fourth team but I can't think of.
I don't think you're going to get him multiple. I don't think he's going to be super cheap at this point.
Atlanta.
Might be Atlanta.
The biggest news of the week is hardball going to your division.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, let's think about it for a minute. Let's look at the coaches in that division now. We got Harbaugh. Yep. We've got, of course, Reed, Sean Payton, and then this Antonio Pierce.
Yeah, that's my boy right there. I'm so glad they kept him. Everybody else can have the big names. We'll take the guy.
If the Raiders were miraculously able to win a division with a first-year head coach doing it, that'd be some talk or what?
Yeah.
I like that coach.
Oh, hi, Jimmy.
Well, hey, Ed. And
how are you doing?
Let's just get this out of the way. I was wrong about the Chiefs. And let me tell you, hot sauce is pretty good on Crow.
Spice it up a little.
Hey, I want as many people to say that the Chiefs are losing every week because they are a proven underdog winner. They win a lot more underdog wins than they do when they're favored.
You were just talking about.
I would have stuck. If I was to do it again this week, I would probably still pick the Packers, and I probably still would have picked Buffalo due
Not
to
me.
the situation.
You were just talking about that fumble out of the end zone, Ed.
Yes.
I thought that was the turning point of the game, but I was wrong.
So, no, I thought that was the turning point too. I think every single heart for Buffalo came alive, and every single Chiefs fan's heart stopped because it looked like that was the Chiefs were finally going to take the 2-point lead.
Yep.
And
then it
came down to a horrific field goal.
And then, it comes down to those kickers every time, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah,
hey,
that poor kicker didn't sleep good that night.
Yeah, well, it is a shame. I'm happy for Ed. Listen, I'm happy. It was kind of a win-win, I'm either going to pick the team that I thought was going to win or Ed's happy. So, hey, I didn't really lose, did I?
It was kind of the same way for me because I picked the Chiefs. So either I was right or then I would have been happy that they got beat. But they didn't.
Oh, God.
Happy that Ed would be sad.
As much as I like Jimmy and as much as I love Ed, I don't see either of your teams in the Super Bowl.
What's that?
I think it's going to be a Detroit Raven Super Bowl. But Ed, that's good news for you, buddy, because I haven't picked shit right all year. So,
well, listen, this whole time I've been picking. I haven't been picking with my heart. I've been picking with who I think is going to win. Okay, and that's what I'm doing again. I guess I'm going with the favorites, right? And normally I'm an underdog guy. I really am. So I wouldn't be disappointed if it was Chiefs and Lions. I mean, that would be a lot of fun for sure. But the whole country would be for the Lions, Ed.
Oh, I don't mind. That's good. I want seriously, the Chiefs are the biggest spoilers there are.
I think maybe that's why you mentioned earlier a poll that 70-something% were for the Ravens this week.
Yeah, well,
I think it's because they want to see somebody different. What do you think?
I totally agree. Like all last week, all the press was saying how Buffalo is the hottest team in football and they're the perfect team. And then the Chiefs beat them. And who are they saying is the perfect best team now? Baltimore.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Baltimore has been red hot through the last 6 games of the season, and now this
you can
last
say the exact
game,
same thing about Buffalo.
great performance.
And they've already beat the Chiefs this year, haven't they?
Yeah, they have.
They may have. I don't know.
I don't think you can count on Mr. Tucker missing a field goal though this week.
Tucker
And I
versus Butker.
Everybody keeps
That's the big matchup.
discounting how good the Detroit Lions are. I mean, they are a good team this year.
They are good. They're the real deal. There's no doubt about it. And my gosh, the emotion of the fans and some of the players last week. Oh my gosh.
That coach, Dan Campbell. I mean, that dude's got heart. I wish that he would have bypassed Detroit and made his ass to Minnesota before he decided who he was
Well,
going to coach.
Yeah, I bet you do. Yeah. Yeah.
I guarantee you one thing, Cousins wouldn't still be there.
It's an easy team to pull for. No doubt about it. I mean,
Yep.
and my gosh. But
The
I don't
Chiefs-
know. I don't know.
The Chiefs did lose to Baltimore, 35-36.
Yeah, that was a shootout. I remember that game. I don't see.
I think it was your Chiefs were trying to go for 2 or something and didn't make it or something, wasn't it? Or maybe it was Baltimore went for 2 and got it. I can't remember. It was something pretty greasy at the end. But that right there shows you how close a game it's going to be. I mean,
I don't know. Oh, I'm back.
I'll put it
You're
this
back.
way. If your Chiefs come in this week like they did last week again with the D, the way they were playing, I mean, that poor quarterback didn't even have a chance to really – if he, like, double looked somebody for a second, he was sacked. They were on him.
The Chiefs the defense has been amazing all year long. It's the offense that has been just horrific, and people that don't watch the Chiefs just always assume the Chiefs, it's the offense that wins the games, but it's been the defense this year.
Well, their offense
And
has been turned on the last 3 weeks now.
Scary. I'd rather win with offense.
I mean, the one thing I could say about Sunday and Saturday's games was it was all close, fun games to watch. I mean,
Yeah, it was fun. It was. Yeah.
even the Tampa game was tight and fun to watch.
The Ravens game wasn't so close. You know, I think I called that one.
It was for a second or two. Yeah.
For a little while.
The second half, they just opened it up. I kind of figured they would do that.
They really did.
I was thinking we were going to have a defensive struggle. I mean, Christ, that game was 10-10 at halftime.
You know, it's like the good teams, and Kansas City has been one of those teams. The good teams at halftime go, okay, that's enough.
I mean, the only reason I tolerate Kansas City is because of Ed. I mean, before I met Ed, I had no love for Kansas City. They have been responsible for Super Bowlizing my Vikings not once but twice. So
Yeah.
Teddy E's top 5 teams he hates, they're probably number 1 or number 2.
I'm
I hate
sorry,
them.
Teddy.
I hate the Packers. I hate the Bears. I've never had a problem with the Lions. I don't know why. You think I would. I'm probably going to start to hate the Lions now.
The only two.
And then I hate the Cowboys.
Yeah, the only two. Go ahead, Ed.
Oh, go ahead. Well, the team that I hate more than any of those teams is New England. But you go ahead, Jimmy.
Well, I was going to say that too. I've only really hated. I don't like to hate, but in sports,
right?
Sometimes it just happens, right? Growing up, hated the Cowboys. Still hate the Cowboys. I just don't like them. Never have. And the Patriots, well, that's obvious why I don't like them. But while they're not doing so well, I don't hate them so much.
So you guys have such hatred for New England, and I know it's because of Coach Belichick. Assuming that you didn't have an Andrew Reid or Shanahan as your coaches, and you had some scrub coach that wasn't worth the crap, and Belichick showed up to your city, you're telling me you would kick him out?
Kenny, nobody wants him. Nobody wants him. It looks like he's going to be without a job.
He's got to find a slimy. He's got to find a slimy owner that'll let him cheat.
I thought it was he has to find an owner that's going to let him kind of run the whole deal. Isn't that what he wants to do?
No, he's
That way he
happy
can
with
cheat.
just coaching.
And he also wants $25 million. He wants to be the highest paid coach.
He didn't say that, did he?
But yeah, he said 25 million is what he wanted from Atlanta. But now, why does everybody, as soon as he's gone, they're saying, where's he going to go? Where's he going to go? And every year, this time of year, I hear, is Coach Reed going to retire? Is he finally going to retire? And Coach Reed is 6 years younger than Belichick. Is it because Belichick is just
Honestly,
evil
Ed,
and evil people don't retire?
retirement isn't what I think is going to get your coach, unfortunately.
And that might be part of the deal that, I mean, how long the term of a coach is he going to be? He's 72 years old or whatever.
I mean, I would almost hate to see what Andrew Reid's food regimen is in a day's time, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
the inside of his arteries got to be getting pretty thin.
There's like 2 stents holding the last open valve open. I mean,
Oh my gosh.
that's the only thing that concerns me about Coach Reed is he's not going to be around for the long haul, man.
Well, he probably has a better heart than me.
Yeah, well, I can probably say the same thing. Sadly.
Gee, thanks,
Hey,
Jimmy.
look at the cat drug in. There's Mr. Griff.
No, I meant Andy's heart, not yours.
I'm just teasing you. But I mean, like, I hate the Raiders and I hate Denver, but I also like them. I hate them as rivals, but I don't hate them with passion.
Yeah, sports hate is a totally different thing. It's like the biggest respect,
With New England, well, not New England, but the Patriots, because I don't want to wish a whole bunch of people, but the Foxborough Patriots, if they fell into a suck hole,
Oh my God.
I wouldn't be flying my flag half mast. I'd probably be waving it.
Ed, I love your Chiefs. Mr.
Thank
Dawson
you.
from the Chiefs taught me to curse at a very young age.
That's gross.
I didn't like what was it? Otis Taylor? You remember Otis?
Yep.
I didn't like him when I was a kid. I don't know why. Maybe because he was good. I don't know.
That's sports hate. Yeah.
I was watching some old football from the 70s. I don't think I liked any of those players. They are so dirty. They were showing Mean Joe Green. He just punching people for no reason.
Okay.
Like the offensive guard's walking away and he just gets slugged.
The foulest one was Buckus.
Oh, Butkus. Oh, my God.
Did you guys ever see that footage where they were talking about what goes on underneath the piles?
Oh, yeah.
It was a black dude. I can't remember what the guy, it was a running back. His eyes were the size of saucer. He said, that Emma Effa used to bite you. He'd bite you in your leg while you were at the bottom of the pile. He'd be getting into your Achilles tendon, biting you.
Oh, yeah. Grabbing people's junk and everything, nasty stuff. It's amazing what, the difference now, what they call roughing the passer and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And they used to just slam those guys into the ground.
And the clotheslining back in those days. They used to clothesline guys.
That's why everybody's numbers are so high nowadays. Okay. These guys wouldn't last a half a season back in the 60s and 70s.
Oh, yeah. And that's
crazy.
That's why they've done it. They don't want to.
But that gives you even more respect for the quarterbacks back in the day to be able to withstand a whole season as a quarterback, the way they got pummeled. And it makes you understand how great Jim Brown was for his era.
Oh, yeah.
In that environment.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah,
anything short of a stabbing was okay back in the day. I mean,
pretty much. I think there was even a couple of those. I'm not sure.
So we already know my picks. We already know Jimmy's picks. So we all know that I am going with Detroit over the 49ers. Oh, man, I got to grab a pen, man.
I got one.
Yeah, I'm picking
Jimmy, you got a pen?
Oh,
No,
Ed, I've been using the stylus a bunch lately. I like to play Sudoku.
Oh my God!
I think I'm probably voting with heart because I I would like to see the Lions win a Super Bowl. I think that would be cool. Whether or not it's the right pick this week, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'll wait till it's my turn to make my picks.
I want to pick but
So who are you taking in that game? Jimmy, I already know you're taking San Francisco.
Yeah, I'm a Niners guy. That's the only reason why I'm picking them.
Okay, Ryan.
Well, before the playoffs started, I picked Kansas City and San Francisco to be in the thing. But I think I'm going to hedge my bets and go the other way.
So you're taking Lions?
Sure. Let's go Lions.
Nice. Okay, you say
be,
you got Peplin and Roxy's picks too?
Oh, yeah.
I won't be disappointed. I won't be. Not at all.
And while we're on this, guys, let me tell you how the year's unfolding here. Tied for the best picks so far are Mr. Ed and Mr. Austin at 8-2. Now, Austin going into this week was undefeated, 6-0. So he had a rough week.
Yeah, 2 for 2.
I'm
Or
third place with 7-3 record. Then we got Mr. Ryan at 6-4. Then Jimmy's at 5-5. Peplin's at 3-7, and Skip, who's not here this evening, is at 1-3. All right. So what was Peplin's pick?
I'm trying to look for it here. Did she say which one was hers and which one was his?
He picked at least one underdog, I remember.
Oh, wait, I got her picks. Let's just go with her picks. She picked the Chiefs and the Niners. Pretty smart girl.
All right. What's
And
your show?
where in the heck is it? Did she communicate with me through some other type of conversation?
Let me see if they sent me anything.
Oh, here it is. He's picking the Ravens and the Niners.
Okay, so
She was asking me a question about Nico, and
yeah, he's been
Ravens
and Niners the whole way. He's not flip flopping like me. You know, he's got a lot more integrity.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Ed, who are you going with?
well, for the Detroit 49ers game, I would love to see Detroit make it, but I think it'd be funnier if they didn't. So I'm going to take the 49ers.
God, Ed, you are so cutthroat. Golly.
I've got
Austin,
family good relatives from Detroit.
You don't want anybody to be happy.
That's right. Well, I
Who
want
are
you
you
to be
going
happy.
with, Austin?
Oh, sorry. I'm kind of multitasking here. What's up?
San Francisco and the Lions.
Oh, boy. I will start right now by saying whoever wins, I will not be angry. Well, both of them have big Cyclone guys there, too. Lions got David Montgomery, and then the Niners got Purdy. Just because he's gotten I think he's been a little disrespected this year as overall quarterback. I'll take the Niners. I think Purdy needs to get a little more respect on his name.
Now, does it make you mad that Purdy's brother went to the Cornhuskers?
Oh, Chuba? No. I mean, Iowa State never recruited him, so.
Iowa. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Iowa State ended up never recruiting him, so.
No, Austin is
this
not
is all about.
He's
This
not
is all
as
about
evil as
beating
Ed.
Jared Goff, right? Is Purdy gonna beat Goff? Is McCaffrey gonna beat Goff?
I mean,
is Deebo Samuel gonna be healthy enough to beat Goff?
I mean, they got George Kittle too, who, other than Travis Kelce, is probably the best tight end in the
Kittle
NFL.
will be beating Goff.
Well, okay, best tight end, top 3 tight end. The only 2 tight ends I would argue with Kittle is Kelce and maybe Mark Andrews. But
what about Anderson from Baltimore.
I like the Lions tight end.
Oh shoot, it's an Iowa guy. Laporta, that's right.
Well,
Yeah,
I like
Laporta.
that. I tell you, he's going to be
Talking
good.
about
Rock
Yeah,
He's
he
good.
really has been.
He
beating
is
golf.
good, but he's also a rookie, so I'm not putting him in that tier just yet. It's like, okay, you do it 1 year, do it again.
Are you from Missouri, Austin? Are you?
No, Iowa.
You act like you're from Missouri.
I mean, I did live in Missouri for about a year, though. Maryville,
Okay.
Missouri, to be precise, though.
I think the
Oh, yeah,
kid's
well,
got a
show
bright
me.
future. Put it that way. He's a horse. He really is.
I agree.
Did anybody else throw up in their mouth? I threw up in my mouth when Kelsey did the little heart thing to Tay-Tay. I
Yeah.
did. I
I
threw
got a
up in
little
my mouth.
moment there too.
Good God.
Mhm.
Chiefs
My
at
heart
Ravens.
At least a verb.
A grown man. God.
I am going to take the Ravens. I think this is their year to get over the hump.
I still want to do over under when she dumps him.
You're just jealous, Jimmy.
Oh, Taylor
Well, no one
Swift.
should judge it
I
because she'll probably
like
win next
Kelsey
week.
better than I like Taylor Swift. I can tell you
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're
Oh,
jealous.
yeah, I'd rather run away with
Also,
him.
we're going to keep it this way. We're not going to let the national spotlight on her. She gets enough action. She don't need it on our Friday night.
Oh, sorry, Kenny. Sorry.
There's strict
Right.
rules here.
You
I
are
ain't no
right about
Swiftie, I
that.
can tell you that. Who did Pepland say? You said it. Oh, Ravens. Okay, they're taking the Ravens. What did
Ravens and Niners for Pep. She confirmed in the chat.
All right.
Hey,
What
Scuba
is
Steve.
she going? Is she going the same way? She going Ravens and the Niners?
She hasn't mentioned that. She just said for Pep on the chat.
So Ed's got hers.
Yeah, Ed had hers.
She taking the
Oh,
Yeah,
Ravens.
she went 49ers and the Chiefs.
Oh, Chiefs. She's
Well, see,
kissing.
that would be a great
butt.
game.
Look at that.
I said the same thing Austin said about the Niners and Lions. I wouldn't be disappointed with either one. I really wouldn't.
Who are you taking, Ryan?
Let's see. Yeah, I'm doing my flip flop thing. So I'm
You're half
taking
right,
the-
Roxanne.
I'm a flip flopper.
You're taking Chiefs now?
No, I originally picked the Chiefs before the playoffs.
Oh,
Now I'm flip flopping, going with the Ravens. These are the teams I want to be there. I want to root for everything, you know?
well, Ryan, the sad truth is, I can tell you right now, you can't gain anything now because you and I took the same picks. So I know you will not be ahead of me this time next week.
Oh, well, we still have
Edward.
the Super Bowl to tie it up.
Did you see what the NFL did? And this is going to be something that I want every one of us to pay attention to in the Chiefs game.
Okay.
But they assigned Sean Smith, the referee, to the Chiefs Ravens game. And generally, the home team gets called for 45% of the penalties, and the visiting team gets 55%. The only guy that's different in the league referee is Sean Smith, and he calls 65% of the penalties against the home team and only 35 against
Yeah,
the
I was
visiting
reading
team.
that the other day.
Yeah, and so it's going to be interesting see if my Chiefs get a lot less penalties in this game and win, and try, if they're trying to push to get the Chiefs into the Super
So the
Bowl.
Chiefs are going to cheat.
But then forget to tell us they got Belichick as
That's
an
the
advisor.
league
He's
cheating,
probably
not the
paying the
Chiefs.
guy off as we speak for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
But they're
well-
they're cheating for the Chiefs then, right?
They're cheating for the Chiefs. Yes, they are
Okay.
trying to, and I think the Chiefs are good enough to get in themselves, but it'd be
So let
interesting
me
to
ask
see
you,
if the league cheats.
if this guy makes a bad
That's
call,
why I'm bringing it up.
if this guy makes a horrible call at the end of the game and your Chiefs win, are you going to feel good about it?
Yeah, but I'm gonna still say it proves that the league needs to be a fair league.
So what's this guy's
I
deal?
mean-
He just likes hearing people boo? Does he
think-
get off on that or something?
Maybe he doesn't like visitors. I don't know, or he
Right.
just really wants to say, "See, I'm not for the home team." But yeah,
I
I
just
got
got
it.
like really bad in-laws.
I've got the
The
clip.
Ravens,
If you want me
Jimmy?
to play it,
That doesn't sound like
Well-
it's a coincidence or anything. It sounds like there's something to that, really. I
So
wonder
you
what.
swapping? You going to
I-
the Chiefs now, or are you sticking with the Ravens, Jimmy?
What's that?
Are you sticking with the Ravens, or are you going Chiefs now? You sound like you're flip flopping right here.
Oh no! I think the Ravens will win because half of their defense isn't hurt like Buffalo.
Now we got our sportscaster, Mr. Austin.
I would also like
No
to point
comment
out,
from Ed on that one.
I'd also like to point out the biggest reason why a lot of my picks were wrong were mostly because of kickers missing field goals.
Oh, I
Kicker.
know.
kickers are part of the team that you need to think about.
Exactly.
score
There's
more
a reason
points
why
than
Green Bay has
all
already
the other
signed on
players.
another kicker to provide competition. I didn't.
Justin
So you're
Tucker
going
will
with
not
the
miss.
GOAT then? Justin
It-
Tucker?
Tucker
Sure.
will not miss.
No, Tucker, you can put like 55 yards and a son of a biscuit will still make it. But
What in the heck is this, Ed?
are we watching Karate Kid?
This is a short on that illegal referee.
Of course, my Packers have to be in it because
Yeah, of course.
I remember that. Ooh, Mike was hot that game. Oh man. Man wanted to kick somebody's arse.
35% more on the home team.
Woo, 71% on roughing the passer calls.
Jeez.
I'm surprised that the NFL hasn't pulled them already.
Well, they're
So
not
did-
pulling him. They're putting him in one of the three most important games of the
I
season.
know. I'm shocked with all the controversy that's already surrounding the guy that they haven't pulled him.
He's got a job to do.
So we interrupted Austin. Austin, what is your pick?
All good. But well, I mean, I kind of brought up the subject myself with the kickers and all that. But I mean, yeah, honestly, yeah, Justin Tucker, like I say, good God, you could put the guy 55 yards. I mean, I'd say almost I had to pick any kicker in the league to kick a 60-yard field goal, it'd be Justin Tucker. The dude's got a cyborg leg or something. I don't know. But I picked against Ed's Chiefs last week, and well, we all saw how that's gone against me based on who we're picking here. But I still really think that the Ravens are by far the number one team, not just in the AFC, but the league right now. And the biggest reason why is going to be the biggest reason why Baltimore will either win or lose. But I think he's going to deliver, and I'm going to go with the Ravens.
Oh,
There
yeah.
you have it.
Or as
So-
Tampa Tom said, Papa Kaka.
Yeah. Let's go Ravens. Sorry, Ed.
So if my picks
Oh, no,
come
it's totally
through this
cool.
week, I will have a shot at catching Ed and Austin if my picks come in this week. Now, if I lose, obviously I got no prayer of catching them for the rest of the year because there's only one game left. So This is kind of like championship week right here almost.
So if their picks come in, there's going to have to be some sort of tiebreaker, you know? I mean, I guess we
Well,
can cross that road when we
Depends
get
if,
there.
if
Hopefully
it comes down
our
to that,
picks will come
and-
in and it'll be
Well,
even more
it's not going to come
complicated.
into that, Ryan, because they both picked differently.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay. Duh.
They agreed.
You'd also
They
like
agreed
guess
on San
I'm a little
Francisco,
Give
and
me.
they're Ed obviously took the Chiefs, so their
But-
tiebreaker will
and
only
I-
be determined. But if they both, the big game that's going to cash for me is the Lions game. If Lions win, then they both pick San Fran, and I'll pass. I'll be tied with them at that point.
Right.
Ed, if his Chiefs win, will be the sole. He'll own that slot. If Niners and Ed's Chiefs win, then he owns it. If the Ravens win that game and the Lions win, then me and Austin and Ed will be tied 3-way tie.
Something I
So I
can.
saw Pacheco was
Actually,
questionable.
if my Lions win and Ravens win, then Ed would be way out, and it'd be me and Austin fighting the last week.
We talking the fantasy here or the pick'em games?
The pick'em.
The Pickens.
Something we could do to make it as a tiebreaker. We could also try to predict about how many points total will be scored in the Super Bowl, and that could serve as our tiebreaker.
Yeah, that's how we'll do it. That's a good way to do it.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Well, I'm actually still got a prayer in the fantasy now. I mean, I've still got 4 guys left.
Here's a fun fact: when you compare Harrison Butker versus Justin Tucker,
Yeah.
Tucker made 1 field goal over 50 yards this year. Butker made 5 and was perfect. Made them all.
Well, that's just because the Chiefs weren't as good as the Ravens. They had to kick from further away.
It's true, and he made them all.
So Ed, we
It's true. The record states that.
should talk about the fantasy, what we're looking at right now.
Well, I had Justin Tucker in both of my leagues this year, Ed, and since, we kind of know how that turned out. So I think I got the right guy.
Yeah. Jimmy dominated.
Kicker was about the only position I couldn't get right all freaking fantasy year.
And I drafted him early. I remember.
That was a smart move.
Well,
Every other position worked pretty well, but yeah.
you wouldn't know that from my picks, what we've been doing here. That's why I don't bet on football. I don't.
Yeah, I unfortunately took Tucker from you this time, I believe. My mind serves correctly.
I wish I could have gotten Butker. I don't think I got Butker in any of my leagues or Tucker. I ended up getting Atlanta's guy, Choo or Choo Chow or whatever.
Young Wei Koo.
Yes, Koo Cow or Lu Wei Koo.
Young Wei Koo. He can do a backflip. There's like a video of him doing a backflip and kicking a field goal.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Well, I think he's a pretty cool guy. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
would still love to have an
he's got
all-star.
to be the only Oriental kicker in the league, isn't he?
My son and I were just talking about this, and he was asking about if there was Asians like in the NFL. And I'm like, well, there's Young Wei Koo. I know that one, but not many.
The Chiefs had Fuji, the linebacker, who went down to New Orleans, and then he got busted for that taking money to hurt players.
Oh.
The bounty.
But he was a little bit of Japanese. Fuji.
Gotcha.
But he didn't really look it.
Could we go one step further with this week's picks and try to guess what score the games might be?
Sure.
I'm down.
Oh, here, let me share this. Let me bring the games back up. I'm sorry.
Do we need to know the over-under on the books or not?
Nah, I don't care about that.
He's just pulling up the games.
Weather?
Yeah, I'm just doing this is the NFL picks or players. See more games. Here we go. First game is the Chiefs game, and it does give kind of the odds or projections. Okay, let me see percent. Screen share. Bam.
Where's
Oh,
it at?
did I hit share? I didn't hit share. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they got the odds and the over-under on the score.
I was say like Ed's only sharing with himself, giving himself the advantage.
Baltimore's a 3.5-point favorite, and the over-under is 44.5.
That's too low.
I think it's too low also. I like the over on that.
The last game had
proof of the pudding, the
71
last time they
points.
played, which was this year, 35-36. So that's what, 71?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah, I think it's got to be pretty high scoring. You know, I don't know. Of course, I don't know anything, so there is that.
I could see it being high scoring. I could also see it being lower scoring. Both teams have the offense that could definitely put 30 any day of the week, but both defenses, Baltimore's especially, can be really, really locked down when they need to be.
Yeah.
I mean, Baltimore, good Lord, studs all around that defense, honestly. But
Be honest, I'm not even on both of those quarterbacks. I think the aggressive defensive line is probably going to be more of a hindrance than a help.
very
Both
possible.
of those quarterbacks are so freaking
Mobility of
mobile,
them.
and you give them any kind of a lane, they're going to be up your free safety's butt in about 2 seconds. So I don't know, man.
Got to
Both
keep
of them,
that spy on them.
It is definitely a game where there's going to be a fine line between the pressure and the coverage. You definitely don't want to give the quarterback all day, but you also don't, you also better not send too much pressure. Or as you said, Kenny, Lamar also has the running aspect about him, as does Mahomes, to maybe not a lesser degree, but not as a prestigious degree. But
you
no,
figure
this
one of
could
your
be a fun
defensive players is going to be wasted because you're going to have a spy on both of those quarterbacks.
Oh, easily, yeah.
So
Lamar
I
much
think
more
both of
dangerous.
their aggressive Ds. You're not
Oh,
going
as
to
a runner,
see
absolutely.
as an aggressive a
Yeah.
line as you've been seeing.
I mean, in terms of a runner, I said when even Lamar Jackson got drafted to the Ravens, I said Jackson reminds me of another very dangerous dual threat quarterback.
Yep, me too.
I always said from day one, Lamar Jackson to me is Mike Vick 2.0.
Yeah,
Oh,
I agree with that.
but better.
Yeah, minus the dog fighting though. But
So
Well,
what do
and
we
he's
got?
got a much better completion ratio.
I mean, he's going to be a 2-time MVP.
soon to be 2-time, yeah.
I don't know if I actually am kind of upset by that one.
Who do you think should be MVP? McCaffrey. That's the other
I
one
agree.
that comes to mind.
I mean, that kid has been off the charts good this year. I mean, incredible. And I'm just
Seems like
I just
McCaffrey's
think
got
Cincinnati-
more
I
around
mean-
him though than Lamar does. I mean, there's that San Francisco offense so talented, so many
Yes.
studs on that team.
I mean, that offense is just
which gives me all the more
loaded.
reason why he should be the MVP because he's shining immensely with all those studs around him. With all those people they have to please, he managed to score, what was it, 20? How many touchdowns was it? 22, 23 touchdowns this year?
Yeah, he was incredible. Yeah.
And he got over 1,000.
points with him
Didn't
on that team.
he
That's
do
for
the
sure.
1K too? He did 1,000 rushing yards and over 1,000 receiving yards this year.
Mhm.
I wish I would have drafted him first overall.
I got him and I still sucked.
I got him for our playoff
Wasted
one
him,
there, and it's
Kenny.
working out well. That was a consolation prize for me for at least when McCaffrey scored that go-ahead touchdown for my Packers against my Packers. At least it got me points for the fantasy.
So what are the scores looking like, Ed?
I'm going to say 45 points total score. 27-18. Chiefs.
Little
And
score
Nico
economy
is
there. I like
sitting
it.
on it to agree.
Oh, the Ravens are going to score more than 18 points, Ed. Come on.
Well, I think it's going to be Ravens 42, Chiefs 31.
Woo!
Boy, we're going the other way there. Yeah.
Hey, good God, defense is optional there.
Yeah.
I got a little bit closer. I got 31-26 Ravens.
I'll say.
Okay, go ahead, Austin.
Oh, sorry. I'll say 38-30 Ravens.
Whoa.
Okay. Is that everybody?
No,
Yep.
We didn't get Jimmy's.
I didn't get my
Oh, I thought-
score.
Oh, I thought Jimmy was the first one.
No,
I'm sorry.
I just suggested that we guess the score.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. I'm going to go 38-24 Ravens.
Okay.
Jeez.
Now
look
we've
at
got
that
the
red.
Lions versus the 49ers.
I'm kind of surprised by the this is win probability, so it's like, where do they get this from? Is this what people had guessed, or is this like some computer model, or I mean, where does that
Some sort of
even come
computer
from?
model BS thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
I
is
don't
from
care what that
NFL.
says.
we've talked about
right.
that before. I don't know if that's a fan vote or what. I have no idea.
Yeah, it says
I
win
think it's
probability.
Lions 28, 49ers 17.
The NFL's mixed up with the casinos, so they could be getting it from them too.
I got Detroit 27-20.
Hmm.
Oh, what's the point spread that they say?
Do they have it on there? I guess I don't see it.
I
No
had
idea.
it.
Last time I saw it, I thought it was like 6.5.
Yeah, the latest is 49ers by 7. Over under is 51.5.
Well, I'm under again.
Under played really big this year, Ed, across the league. A lot of people were betting under on just about everything, and they were winning.
Oh, well, that's cool. Well, I'm projecting 49ers win 35-13.
Bit of a
Wow.
butt whooping.
Woo!
Ed really wants the Detroit fans to.
So Ed, you don't think there's going to be
I just-
close games this weekend, huh?
I just think it'll be funny to see the Detroit fans like, oh, we thought we were so good.
Oh my gosh, Ed, you're terrible.
There's going to be some long faces if the
What are you
I mean,
talking about, long
it's
faces?
in
I
San
just fearful that
Francisco.
Detroit city limits is going to get
I mean,
burned
hey.
down.
Well, you got to give Detroit credit. They actually get their team logo put on cans of beer quite a bit, and fans really, really, really like it. You know why? Because it never leaves any rings on your furniture.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Well, I'm picking the 49ers because I don't want Detroit to burn.
There we go.
Hmm.
You're a humanitarian, Ed.
Yeah.
I'm saving them from themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So did anybody else give these numbers?
I didn't give mine yet. I'll go 31-27.
Oh, wow.
Wow, I can't believe he's taking the Lions to beat them up like that.
I think it's going to be a close game.
Apparently,
I do.
so does Peplin.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Well, that would be a hell of a game, sir.
Yeah.
What game? Yeah. I hope both games are very close, and this something spectacular happens. Not a bad thing, but like a great play or something. I don't know.
I think the Ravens and the Chiefs will be very entertaining. This one right here, I could see being very close. I could also see it getting maybe not ugly,
yeah.
but definitely decisive.
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's 4 good teams left. We know that for sure.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
4 good teams in an NFL that has been ran by complete utter chaos this season.
You got that right. Crazy.
I think in reality, what I see happening is there is a kid that was homegrown all through his whole entire football career, drafted to the Detroit Lions that I think is going to be a major influence in this game. I see him having 4 sacks, one of which will be fumble recovery, fumble,
Oh, boy.
forced fumble.
I know who you're talking about.
As do I.
The kid's going to destroy, I think, Purdy this weekend. I actually do.
Well, as long
He
as
is one of
his arm
he
again
is-
for the second straight year.
He is one of the players that, man, it almost made me cry after that game last week. My gosh.
He wanted that. You could tell he grew up loving the Lions, man. This kid.
Yeah.
I don't care how big of a man you are. If you didn't have tears to your eye when he got off of there the other day talking all that stuff.
I don't
mean,
think
you
it's
can
right
feel-
that he's allowed to have blackface on the field.
Oh, Ed.
It's only one side,
Really take it
you know.
If Chiefs fans can't do it, why should the players?
Oh my God. But yeah, I mean that's what I like about Antonio Pierce. You know, the dude's he grew up a Raider fan. You know, he loves this team.
I
He
think
wants
I
it
think
to
Pierce is going to
succeed.
get that team turned around too. I'm anxious to see who he hires for his coaches.
Yeah.
They just hired I thought they just made a hire. Well, they got a GM now, the guy from the Chargers.
Yeah.
What's that dude's name? Saratino or whatever. That was it. Miami just cut him loose. I mean, the guy's a defensive.
Ryan Soriano or something like that.
Soriano. There you go. Thank you. He is available. I mean, I think I'd snatch that guy. He knows D, man. Or I'll bring up another name that everybody's forgotten about. There's a guy that was head coach for the Minnesota Vikings that was the defensive coordinator for the Cincinnati Bengals for a lot of years, was quite an awesome dude who I think would turn any defense into a machine overnight. And I'm actually quite surprised with all the openings this year that he didn't at least get on some people's list for possible head coach interview. I'm still mad that we got rid of him. I don't think it was time for him to go. I think
Who is that? What's his name?
Mike Zimmer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember Zimmer. Okay,
Zim would be a hell of a defensive coordinator
Yeah.
for some.
Well,
I was
I
just
don't
looking
see
up
it
some news
happening.
and stuff.
I don't see it happening, but I would love. But he'd be one of them on the top 4 or 3 probably candidates that I would not mind seeing him be the new DC at Green Bay.
Are you guys got an opening?
Yeah, they fired Joe Barry. They fired him.
Really?
Yeah, 2 days ago they told Barry, "There's the door, bye."
Hey, you got the Packers. Here, I'm gonna put my resume into him right now.
Oh, my God. Wouldn't that be something?
They did interview Brandon Staley actually today about it, which I'm not so sure how I feel about that. But okay, I do. I'm not too much of a favor of it.
I don't think I'd be made for TV as a coach, though. To be honest.
You ever seen Last Chance U?
True.
I could see me telling the reporters exactly what I'm feeling when they ask a stupid question.
Well, then that's just Bo Pelini. Or former Nebraska. Or better yet, Nick Saban.
So what about Mr. Harbaugh? Where's he going to end up?
Oh, Jim Harbaugh?
Yeah.
He already is. He's
He got
San
hired to the
Diego.
Chargers.
His
What's
Chargers
that?
head coach.
He got hired to the
Chargers hired
Chargers
him.
When did he get hired?
a
Yesterday.
couple days ago. Or yesterday? Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, guess who's been living under a rock? Okay. Well, that's
I was
cool.
just going to
2
bring
days
that
ago.
up. I wanted to bring that up before we ended the night. What everybody's thoughts.
I'm
were.
trying to get list of head coaches changes, and all I get is Harbaugh stuff everywhere on the internet right now. I'm trying to get available.
Bill
Well,
Belichick said he didn't get a job.
Washington and Seattle are still looking for head coaches.
I thought
Washington,
Chicago,
Hmm?
Chicago didn't hire anyone yet either, have they?
Nope, not that I'm aware of. But okay, here's some funny
actually
stuff.
thought
I gotta say
Harbaugh
this.
would go to Chicago. Actually, I thought that's where he would go.
So here's a bit of funny business here, actually. And Kenny, you'll get a kick out of this too. Chicago is also looking for a defensive coordinator, and you cannot make this up. They are interviewing Joe Barry for the defensive coordinator position.
Oh,
I mean, you can't make this up.
How'd that make you feel?
It makes me feel happy. It makes me feel like, well, we're going to own the Bears at least for a couple more years, keep getting sweeps.
I mean, I'll feed the ones over here for you.
Joe Barry will go from the worst defensive coordinator in Packers history to the greatest one, and he won't even be a member of the team.
Wow.
It'll be
was
like
some
Jay
people
Cutler all
saying
over again.
that Belichick hasn't gotten a job because he tells all these teams that he wants Matt Patricia to be his defensive coordinator.
Oh my gosh.
I tell you
Or
what, if you
offensive
follow-
coordinator.
if you follow enough Packers like fan page stuff, I definitely found out I follow way too many because so many are pegging like Bill Belichick didn't get the Falcons job. Maybe he's gonna go. It's like he is not going for defensive coordinator. That is a pipe dream and a half. But
Well, how do we know that he's not teamed up with Vrabel and they don't go in as a package somewhere? Hey, you got me as the head coach for the next 2 years, and then Vrabel right after me. Have Vrabel take over as D coordinator or assistant head coach, and they turn any team into an instant winner like that.
I wonder how
There you
Vrabel
go.
would feel about that idea.
I mean, Belichick, the head coach at Chicago, and I mean they also need a defensive coordinator. Vrabel, I believe, is mostly a defensive mind. I mean, there you go, 2 birds, 1 stone.
So how many openings are
I
left
saw
right
enough out of
now?
Chicago last year. Anybody that's not scared of Chicago right now is a fool. I think they made a lot of leaps and bounds this year. So,
Well, and they got all those
I don't
picks
like
in the
fact
draft.
They got the number 1 draft pick
Mm.
overall. I think
Tennessee
what's-
hired somebody.
Is it do they have the first and the 9th or 10th now, or did they slip to 11th?
No, I think it's like the 1st and the 3rd or something like that. I mean,
No,
they
they
didn't
have
do
a better
much
record than
better.
that.
I think I have no idea. I know they had the first pick, and
I think it's the 1st and the 10th the last time I saw. So
if I were them, it's going to be very interesting to see. Like, I hear so many Bears fans being 50-50 between keeping Fields and drafting Caleb Williams. And I can tell you now, when the first pick is on and the Bears are picking, I can promise you I'll be watching.
Well, we were both
if I were
wrong,
the Bears-
but you were a lot closer. It's the 1st and the 9th that they have.
yeah, I knew it was. But
Well, I guess
if I were the Bears with that first overall pick, first thing I would do is probably trade out of it. That's how they made out this year. They traded out of. They had the first pick last year. They got more, and they got Carolina's next 2 years first rounders and a 3rd rounder. So
Which is probably going to be top 10
unless they
picks for the
really
next
got
few
a guy,
seasons.
the only thing that makes it intriguing, where you almost don't want to trade out of it, is I would keep Fields for the next Randy Moss and take Harrison with that first pick.
But if Caleb Williams ends up being way better than Fields, they're going to look foolish, you know?
Yeah, but you know what? Harrison's going to be money in this league. Everybody knows it. He's going to be just like his old man. I think out of the top 3 picks, Harrison's the most guaranteed, pro-ready, guaranteed guy that you're going to get your money's worth out of.
He's a
Fields
day
is
one
not
wide
horrible.
receiver. Yeah.
but would he be money
Not a
with Justin
horrible
Fields?
quarterback by any means.
I mean, I will say this. I definitely think that Bears' main goals right now, I would personally hang on the Fields if I were the Bears. And that's not just because the Packers keep beating Justin Fields' led team. I definitely think Fields is not the problem. Fields is also, I mean, he's got a guy in his face the moment he turns around. Like, one, they got to bolster the offensive line. And honestly, I am totally on board. Like, if I was a Bears fan, I would totally want Marvin Harrison Jr. Because, I mean, DJ Moore is a good receiver, but you need someone else with him. He's got no one else with him.
Well, DJ
So are
is better. Moore's going to be better because the guy's there. They're going to have to put some
Chicago's where
attention on one or
receivers
the other.
go to
And whoever
die.
the attention's not going to is going to have a big day, you know?
Okay, let me ask Austin, why is there someone always in Fields' face? Is it the offensive line?
Exactly.
Okay, so how's he going to get the ball to anyone if he doesn't have time?
Because, well, like I said, you get Marvin Harrison Jr., but then with that 9th pick, you go
okay.
get an offensive lineman. I mean,
Not to mention, Jimmy, that I think if you look it up, the Bears have one of the youngest lines in the league. So that tells me they're only going to be better this year.
Okay.
so then
All
what
right.
the better move for the Bears might even be is they got a buttload of cap space too. Go get yourself a veteran lineman or two, like go get a veteran tackle and a veteran guard, and get someone to teach these guys, and then maybe they're on the line for the next year or two.
It's all going to come down to how much money they got to pay this guy to keep him. If he
Who's
wants if he wants like Mahomes money, or he wants some stupid money like a Kirk Cousins contract, then the Bears will probably cut him loose, run with the rookie. Either choice they make's not going to hurt him. I mean, either way they go, okay, they bring the rookie in instead, ditch out. Now all that money can go to refleshing the line and defense on free agency. But I don't think Fields. I think Fields he hasn't played like a top 10 quarterback. If he comes in,
I don't even know if he's been top 15. But
I think he needs to come in a show me contract for 3 more years or whatever, maybe 15 to 20 million a year, and that's it. That's what he's worth right now.
Okay, Kenny and Austin, you know a lot about that division. What kind of front office do the Bears have? I mean, what direction do they want to go? I mean,
they're always defense first and offense. You know what? If they score 2 touchdowns a game, usually they've not done a whole heck of a lot about. This is where we need.
Dude, you're talking about an organization had a workhorse in a running back, Walter Payton, and they didn't even give the damn guy a ball to score a touchdown in the Super Bowl. Instead, they gave it to a fat lineman. I will never forgive the Bears management or that coach Dicka for doing it to the greatest running back that ever played the game. He never got to another Super Bowl. They robbed him out of a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Preach it.
Well, now he's dead.
Well, in my answer, they're stupid management over there. But
I
would be look at the Bulls, for Christ's sakes. We could have probably won 10 to 15 championships in that era, but we had stupid GMs and stupid people blew the team up, and there you have it.
Look at the Lakers back when they had Kobe and Shaq. They could have probably at least got a few more rings.
Management gets greedy. Owners get greedy. They get tired of spending the money. They think they can do it cheaper.
This is the guy that I absolutely love.
Harrison.
Who's that, Ed?
Joe Alt, yes.
Yeah, Big John Alt's son. Big John Alt was an amazing chief for a decade.
I remember him.
6'8", 315 pounds.
Wow.
He's rated third best guy in the league.
Is this the order they're thinking everybody's going to go?
Yes.
No, this is a rating system by somebody.
Yeah,
I mean, how is Harrison not in the top 5, honestly?
He was number 1 on that list.
He's number 1.
He's right there on the top.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
He's 94.2 score.
I'm not sold on Caleb yet. I'm really not.
I'm not really either.
I'm not either.
I don't even know if Caleb really, I mean, he probably will be, but it's like, I don't know if it's even 100% he's the first quarterback picked.
I think he's
We've seen that happen before.
My Vikings would be drafting Bo Nix in the first round this year.
I know you like Bo.
I believe he will be there. And I think that's what we should do. Kick Cousins to the curb, be done with the nonsense, bring in Bo Nix. We're going to have a rookie contract for the next 5 years.
Bunch of Raider fans are drooling over Jalen Daniels.
They are.
But I just stick with
He's rated 23rd.
Stick with what we got. Little
I like
AOC.
Bo Nix better than Caleb.
Bo Nix, I've gotten the privilege of watching a lot this year. So I might be why I'm biased towards the guy. But all I can tell you about the guy is the guy wins, period.
Yeah.
And he's not scared. He will tuck that ball and take off on an 80-yard scramble like right now.
Well, he does look like he's pro ready as well.
Well, the reason I like him is
Looks like
the offensive line at Minnesota has been a little suspect over the last few years. We need a guy that can get out of trouble. I think that's why Dobbs was having a little bit of success, but then his talent got in his way.
Yeah, true.
But it was because he was a good scrambling quarterback. And I think that right now, Vikings right now with what we have, that's what we need. We need somebody that's not scared to tuck that ball and run when he has to. The other thing I like about the kid, he's not a showboater. If he's got nothing there, he has no problem throwing that ball out of bounds and survive for the next play, which we all know how Cousins is in that situation. Fumbling bum of a Cousins is going to throw interceptions and fumble the ball in big time.
Where do they have Bo ranked, by the way?
23rd. Look at all the wrinkles on this guy. He's got wrinkles all over his face. He looks like he's
because he's from Oregon, man. We're manly men out this way, boy.
Look at that.
He's just
got
Rooney
wrinkles
from all the
everywhere.
rain.
He
Well,
looks
Mahomes-
younger than Ryan.
From all the rain.
Mahomes has dimples on his ass. What do you think of that?
Well, I don't.
Ooh, that's the last thing I want to see or visualize.
Well, go back to him. You can't tell me he goes in the bar. He's not got about 10 different women wanting to meet him, okay?
He looks like a quarterback to me. That's all I can say.
Brittany can
He
have
looks
that
like
a
all for
quarterback, but
herself.
he
I don't
looks
need
like
to see
a
Mahomes'
veteran.
dimples there.
Look at these. His whole
The
forehead's
guy I
wrinkled.
thought
He's
was
got wrinkles
better
going
than
down the
him for a
sides.
lot of the year.
Hold on. Danny, come here. Need your opinion real quick. You can at least look at this picture. You don't have to see him. They don't need to see you. She goes, I'm not doing it.
Oh, my gosh.
Look at this.
Well-
He's got crow feet. He's got
Hey, Ed,
wrinkles
come
all
on.
through his forehead, down his cheeks.
Why are you
Even he's
hating
got
on
wrinkles
this?
on his chin.
Isn't he a little
Turns
older?
out he's
anyway?
55 years old.
Yeah,
Does he have
that's
liver
the real
spots?
secret right there.
We need to start a roast
It's
session with
amazing.
Ed here.
He looks like
His
a
hair is
quarterback to
amazing
me,
for
though.
his age.
I was just going to say that about you, Ed.
I wish.
He goes to the Vikings.
I wish I could
almost
shave
can
my
hear
head,
the
but I have
Super
no
Bowl
water.
speech right now. I mean, that's how strong I am about this guy. We get this guy.
Nope.
We're able to sign Justin Jefferson to a long-term deal. We can bury the thought. I mean, there's even talk right now, guys, that the Vikings are considering trading Jefferson.
Yeah, I heard that.
And why the hell would you want to do that when you got one of the best 1-2 receiver punch arguably in the league right now with him and Addison?
That's
We would end up with, if we did it, from what I understand, it's Arizona would get their fourth. Is it the fourth pick in the draft this year or third?
Look at this guy.
oh,
They're convinced they can find another one. They found Diggs. They found Jefferson. They can get
Look
another
at the
one.
wrinkles.
Green Bay keeps finding quarterbacks. Vikings keep finding receivers.
isn't that the truth?
And the Bears
Yeah.
don't find either.
Nor do the
I
Lions
mean,
usually.
Fields is about the closest it gets.
Oh, they had good teams when Cutler was there.
His neck
Yeah,
guy
Green Bay had a
laid
lot of
in
good
his
teams when
faces.
Cutler was there.
But I mean, when your team history is Jay Cutler is your best quarterback of all time, that's pretty sad.
Oh, you can't sell McMahon short. He got him a ring.
That defense got him a ring, and
That
your running back.
defense
you're
was
talking
what got the
about.
ring.
I
wasn't him.
could have. Yeah, I could have played quarterback for the '85 Bears. Come on.
Yeah.
I think most games their defense was actually outscoring their offense, if I remember right.
See, that's why
Sounds like the
if I'm
Iowa
Marvin
Hawkeyes.
Harrison Jr., I think going to the Bears is like a death sentence, you know?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Chicago Bears are like the Iowa Hawkeyes of the NFL.
I think
I
because
might
of
have to
Harrison,
pull
yeah.
Eli Manning and
honestly,
refuse
guys,
to go to
because
the
of
team.
Harrison, I can see somebody giving away the farm to get that first. Because I know there's got to be 3 teams out there that want his services right now. Pretty much the whole league probably would be. If he fell to the Vikings, we'd take him in a second. I'm sure we would. But
I think Caleb Williams is going to be taken first, but we'll see what happens.
I think
Drake May from North Carolina. Don't sleep on that guy though either.
The Bears' best play would be to keep Fields, trade away that first pick.
I agree with you.
Pick up a second first rounder. They'll probably build stock for next year's draft. Probably another first rounder there, and maybe even get lucky and get a second or third round this year because there's enough need for quarterback. And with that Harrison kid in the mix, I can see somebody just getting stupid trade for that first pick right now. I bet you the Bears don't even keep that pick. I doubt they'll keep that pick.
I agree. If I were them, I would trade it.
I would trade it. I vote to trade it.
Them last year. They got rid of it last year, and look at where they're at. They got a damn good receiver.
But I bet they would be trading for Caleb Williams.
If they're going to get rid of Fields, then I agree with you. They'll keep the pick and take Caleb. But I think the smartest move is.
No, I was just saying that any team that was trading for him for that pick, for the number 1 pick, I imagine they'd be trading up to pick Caleb Williams, not Marvin Harrison Jr.
I don't know. I could see the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean nobody knows.
To get that right I think the Chiefs would be a player for that.
I would love it.
They don't have the ammunition, but it would be a really interesting team to draft Caleb Williams and actually go for that.
The Bears.
Well, not just the Bears, but I think actually Peplin's Jets would be an interesting one for that. I mean, it's never going to happen, but because I don't think they have the ammunition to make the trade. But
they don't because they gave it all to Green Bay over Rodgers, didn't they?
But they still got their first rounder. Because Aaron Rodgers did not play 65% of the snaps, they do still have their first rounder. They do not have their second one. We did take that from them in the trade. But they do still have their first rounder.
Well, Washington could trade up. New England could trade up. Arizona.
You can scratch New England. They're not going to trade up in a draft for a guy that far up. Well, I don't know, though. Belichick's
it's only 2 spots, and they don't – I mean, what do you do with at quarterback for them right now?
Take Bo Nix.
With the 3rd pick? Wow. You are confident in this kid, Kenny. A lot of the year, I liked Penix better, but he didn't do so great in the national championship game. But I don't know. I haven't watched either one of those guys enough to tell you for sure.
Well, if you guys recall, somebody was up here last year preaching for my Vikings to take Will Levis, and we didn't listen, and he turned out to be a pretty decent quarterback too.
Yeah.
And I think he would have been amazing in the Viking system.
Yeah, could have been good.
But when you got a GM that thinks he's playing Madden football, I mean, this is what happens.
Green Bay sometimes feels like they play NFL blitz. Score 30, 40 points, you're good. Defense is optional.
Oh, Peplin's up and about.
I'm presuming his
posted something for you guys.
My Jets comment.
Yeah, you got them all worked up now. I think the Jets next year will be their year. I still think they need to get what I was thinking was the opposite of you, Austin. I was thinking that the Jets were going to move up and be to get Harrison. They got Rodgers for 1 year. Give them Harrison and Wilson. If Brees can stay healthy.
I could see
Jets have the 10th pick.
Harrison will be gone at least 5 picks by then.
They got him taking an offensive lineman in there.
Well, but God knows they need that too.
I'm looking at.
I don't care what team it is. If Harrison falls to you, if you don't take him, you're going to regret it.
I mean, yeah, God knows the Jets need offensive linemen too. It's why the Jets broke Aaron Rodgers 5 minutes after we gave him to him.
5 minutes.
Not even really, if you think
Not
about it.
re-
Not
no,
even.
He
I
played
couldn't
3
believe
plays.
that.
3 full plays.
That was just crazy.
I kid, Peplin. I kid. I wish he did play longer.
He
Well-
can only chat in emojis at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, I was literally
Why don't-
watching. I watched that whole. I mean, I watched that Jets game too. I know they ended up being Buffalo anyway, and my wife would tell you I was literally hollering at the TV when Rodgers went down. It's like, Jets, we didn't even give him to you for 5 effing minutes, and you already
Yeah.
broke your new toy.
You broke him.
5 minutes.
The only thing that sucks about being this far out, Austin, I can't watch a game with you.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Ooh, I got a little visitor coming up to my feet here.
What is it?
So what's he bringing up here? What are we looking at?
This
Is it a
grand
dog
reveal.
or a cat?
Neither?
A guinea pig? A rabbit?
It's a
Indeed.
bunny.
Oh my
I'm gonna.
God.
Let's make him bigger. Oh, that's awesome!
Giant bunny.
Little baby bunny, only about 5-6 months old.
People in Council Bluffs love their rabbits. My cousin, she has a rabbit also.
Yeah, but we sure don't buy them from the store here in town. I can tell you that damn much.
That
Store
store's
here
a
in
weird
town doesn't
store.
take care of their animals at all.
Oh no, they got bad bunnies.
Well, not bad everything. There's every
Yeah.
time I go to their store, like almost half the tanks have dead fish in them all the day, hang time, and I mean the place just reeks because there's also birds and such there too. Which I mean, you can only do so much for the smell in a pet store, so you don't usually complain about that. But I mean, it's just, oof. There's a. It's as I
That's too bad.
told
I
a
haven't
friend
been
one
in
time.
there.
It's like there's a reason. No, I'll never be doing a feature video on that store. Never.
I was in there and I was like, ugh. I don't know how they stay open.
I really don't either. I have no idea how that store is still open, but it
And
is.
that veterinarian, they got a veterinarian that comes in like twice a month to do free checkups on dogs. And I'm like, why's that vet go there?
I'll tell you
Just-
somebody it's funny that when you got a bad store like that to take with you into a store is Jason up at Redfish Bluefish. We
Oh, he
went
just
into his
tears into
store
them or
together.
something.
Oh my God, it was hilarious. Like there was a tank with a bunch of shrimp having problems and stuff. Jason goes right up to the counter. He goes, "Hey, listen, you guys are supposed to be a retail operation, and there's all kinds of deadies back there. You should probably be taking care of. There's deadies everywhere." He just starts going off on them at the counter. I'm like, damn.
Hey,
If I had a net, I would have took care of it for you, but I don't have a net.
That's good. You
I
don't
love
stick
it.
your hands in there either.
I miss Jason. Good dude.
I'm probably gonna go up and see him soon.
Right on.
Could you
Well, I did
take
find
Ryan
out
with
that-
you?
Ryan, have you went up over with me yet, Ryan?
No, never have.
Oh, that was Atkins that time. That's right.
Oh, okay, cool.
Do you let
I'll
Ryan
get
in
you
your
to go up
car?
there. Ryan's been in
Occasionally.
my car. Yeah, he's been in a car.
Yeah.
He only drives with me because he loves my
Really on
taste
special
flavor when I
occasions.
drive.
he's good in the car. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he doesn't want. He doesn't want
Good in
me
the
telling
car
too
can mean a
many
lot of
people
different
that I
things
was
depending on
driving.
how you take it. Depends if is he good in the front seat or the back seat.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh boy.
These
I've-
guys are
I've
brutal,
been in a-
Ryan.
I've been in a car for about 18 hours with Kenny.
Yeah, him and I got to listen to James snore the whole time.
Oh my.
And then we get to the hotel room and he's there too.
On this
Like, how much
episode of
sleep can
Fish
this
Room
guy get?
Fever.
Yeah, I know. James is one guy. I'm telling you, he ain't missing his sleep for nobody. That guy crashes and he's done. Me and Ed would be up talking all night, and James slept through the whole thing, didn't he, Ed?
Yep.
Although I did get that one good blackmail picture of you, Ed, fondling yourself while you were asleep.
Oh my God.
Hey, that's
I don't
always
think so.
comfortable.
All that fish talk and all that stuff with the fish we were doing got Ed all kinds of worked up, man.
Oh man.
It happens.
Or was he thinking about Crystal? I'm gonna have to, because I don't know if she was part of the package back then or not. Was she, Ed?
I don't know if no, that would have been before all the Aquashellas. That was like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, I wish I would have went while you were still. Now I can't ever go to an Aquashella.
Yep.
They mess with my
It sounded
buddy.
like
I'm banned them. Matter of
They're
fact, people last
overrated.
I tell them
Now they've
they're
gone
a
to
bunch
hell.
of jerks.
They
it
only
sounded
want
like
people that have over 100,000 subs. If you don't have 100,000 subs, they're interested in you.
You're a waste of their time in their view.
It's the new general manager. It's not the owner's still a great guy, but he's letting his general manager run the show. They're about profit now too, so that's kind of a bummer.
well, it is a business, Ed. That's for sure.
Yeah, but they were really a wonderful group. You know, they were putting all the money back into everything instead of trying to make a profit. You know, and I mean, they were paying everyone dinners. They took every YouTuber. They didn't care if you had 50 subs or 1 million. They still took you to the Brazilian steakhouse and had steak. You know, they bought us all pizza the Friday before. They were so good to all the YouTubers. And
Wow.
it's like overnight. Well, it is literally overnight. New GM, new philosophy.
Okay.
And you don't know that if some of those bigger ones that are really into Aquashella didn't want it to be more centered on the main 5 or 6
showing up
huge
either.
channels that are out there. Who knows? I
Hey,
don't know
Scott,
what
They
to
only
think
have
of a
had
lot of things.
10 YouTubers the last 2 Aquashellas.
I hate to cut my time here short, gentlemen, but I actually got to finish up an article here real quick. I was covering some wrestling today, so
Well, we appreciate you coming up, Austin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
congratulations on your big award.
Oh yes, thank you.
I listened to
And,
your
surprising.
speech.
Before you go, I don't think your Packers have anything to be embarrassed about this year. I thought they played exceptional. At the end.
No, not at all. I mean, no, the season is definitely an A. I mean, it still hurt to lose to the Niners because it felt like it was still a game they should have won. But
Well, yeah, you controlled the game almost 70% of the game, basically lost in the last 8 minutes,
in the last
maybe.
2 minutes, exactly. Which
Yeah.
is usually how it goes for us in the Niners. It has the last 2-3 games, but
Now, I know that you were probably thinking, damn it, Jordy, I thought you were better than Favre when he threw that last pick. That was
That
a Brett
last
Favre
one, yeah,
throw if I ever saw.
yeah, that last throw was not good. But I also viewed it as like, well, if Carlson doesn't miss the 2 damn kicks, the throw doesn't happen in the first place. But
Right.
it's
True.
like, hell, he makes one of those 2 kicks, the throw doesn't happen in the first place. But in the end, no, the season's still an A. We learned everything we wanted. We learned what helps the team, who's good for the team. Love has clearly got at least something. Is he going to be a 3rd straight Hall of Famer? Well, hold on. But he's clearly the future, at least for the next few years. So we learned everything we wanted to learn. Let's build up from here and see how far this thing can go.
Yep. Well, thanks for
Yep.
coming up, brother.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me as always, guys.
See you later,
Good to
Austin.
see you.
Bye, Scotty. Bye.
Boy, I'm glad we got the right Carlson on the Raiders.
Yeah, you did, I think. Yeah.
All right, boys. Well, I guess we'll probably might as well shut her down ourselves. You guys got anything?
No. I'm just hoping that we see some good games,
Ed, you're not on this weekend, right?
Nope, I don't think so. No, Rico's got a interview with someone.
Okay. Well, you guys know you can catch me and Danny Sunday night, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Ryan, are you streaming this week at all?
No, I've been kind of, other than this, basically, I've been kind of, and your stream, there's a couple of them that I can't miss, but I've been kind of stepping away from. I do that periodically. I go in and out.
Right.
Well,
Me
thank you
too.
for coming up here with us and hanging out.
Oh man, this is always a good time. I love this. It's fun.
Yeah, this is a fun. We'll probably keep this going. Ed and I have talked about we never built this channel to be big anyway. We just did it to where we could comfortably talk about football. Obviously, most fish people don't like it when you talk sports on the fish channel. So it gave us the opportunity to be able to let our hair down and talk football without guilt.
Right.
I bet that project that I made last night with the rocks, if I would have placed that inside a bowl, like one on top and one on bottom, and sandwiched it between two bowls, I could have talked to Ryan about his latex and got clear latex and poured that in there, and it would have been really cool looking.
Yeah, if you put like a release agent, on the inside of the bowl, and then you could form it like that. Mm-hmm.
I bet that'd be awesome looking.
You'd have to kind of find the right size bowls to make that work, because I think you want the inner bowl to be a little smaller, to accommodate for the rocks and stuff. That would be kind of the challenging part of it. But then, and then it'd probably have some buoyancy, so it'd want to float up, but you'd want to like put some weight down on it.
Or rubber band it.
Yeah. Bungee cord or something.
But now you only deal with like 5 gallons or more, right?
Yeah, I mean, the epoxies that I sell are made for like industrial uses and stuff. They're not really priced or packaged for the home hobbyist. Sometimes we get people that like fix cracked engine blocks with them and all sorts of wacky stuff. But yeah, probably not real appropriate for arts and crafts.
Are they A and B? Like, do you get like a 5 gallon bucket of A and a 5 gallon bucket of B and you mix them?
Yeah, I mean, we have like 85 different products, and a lot of them are different than each other. Some of them are like fluid type coatings, like you're talking about, that you pour things, and most everything is a part A and a part B. But some of them are for rebuilding like rubber or metal components or concrete or stuff like that for repairing things too. And some of that stuff is packaged in much smaller unit sizes, but we're still talking like, sometimes they're around $500 for one of these kits or something.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah. So they're the shit. They're awesome, but yeah, it has to make sense what you're doing with it. That a lot of times there's this industrial machinery and equipment, and just the downtime costs too much, or the parts unavailable, or cost too much to fabricate a new part, or whatever the case may be. But that's when it's kind of most appropriate.
Like looking at your trophy from last year,
Mm-hmm.
This thing probably cost me $50.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. That's too bad. It shouldn't.
And it's like, I should just. Well, I'm already just looking for trophies to buy this year instead of making them, because I think it'd be so much more affordable. I really wanted to learn how to do this, but at that price point,
what would be fun is make that like the Super Bowl trophy. Just put their name on, or a Stanley Cup trophy. Put every year whoever wins on that trophy. And it'll be kind of like the thing the Fish Fam hands around each year. You mail it to Ryan, and then Ryan will agree, since he was the winner, when he has to relinquish it, he pays for the shipping to send it to whoever the next winner is. Yeah. And then they sign it when they get it with a marker. We'll just keep it in the Fish Fam for as long as we play this.
Somebody doesn't pass it along, they get publicly shamed.
Yeah.
Ed, if
Yeah.
you got my number, man. If you ever have any questions about epoxies or anything, I'm happy to help.
That's awesome. Well, I keep looking. If I ever find some affordable, I'll ask you, because I prefer the stuff that doesn't heat up when it's like this was the first one I bought. I poured in there and it got super hot and melted the bowl.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And so I need to know what doesn't get hot.
So there's
were
an
all
exothermic reaction between the base and the solidifier, and it creates some of its own heat as you experience there. And then some of them are made to be deeper pores and stuff like that, so that they don't get as hot. But then there's a trade-off. They take a little longer to cure, which isn't a big deal for you. But you know, some people, they want things done quickly, so they use other stuff.
I'll tell you and everybody here, because hardly anybody's watching anyway. I got this awesome baby doll from Ash Whitefeather. Do you remember her? She was a Native American that was a lobster fisherman in Maine.
Oh, wow. And she was part of the YouTube community here or something?
Yeah. And she pulled up a baby doll in one of her cages. Oh. And she sent that baby doll to me, and it is creepy. But I wanted to put it in a cube similar to this, but a cube, and then pour the stuff and make it a solid block so light can shine through it and make it look really neat.
So you want to look for something that says deep pour, because that stuff that got hot, like if you're pouring it like on a floor and really thin, it would be no big deal. But when it's deep, it's all together in a big bundle of it, and that's when it gets really hot, you know. I think I watch some YouTube stuff with epoxy, and I see people doing, you know, crafty things and stuff. And I think a lot of people use this stuff called Total Boat, I want to say. You know, for like making those fancy tables and stuff like that, where they take the natural wood that has the ends on it, then they cut it and they flip it upside down, and they make the little river in between and stuff. These are like $15,000
lights.
tables. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, I would like to make. Have you seen those ones where they put a model in there, and they put cotton like coming out of the model like smoke, and they put a little LED light in there so it looks like it's blowing out the side of the ship or whatever, and then they pour epoxy over it. Looks so cool too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh well. Sorry, Kenny. I didn't mean to digress us into a craft show.
We're taking over.
You're fine. Cool. That's what this Friday night's about, man. Get on tangents.
Yep.
Well, one thing I would like to do in the future for this channel, Kenny has already expressed he doesn't want to do it, but I think we should also do this for football season. But do drafts, like I would like to do drafts of probably every sport there is, because I think people love about the draft. They just want to watch drafts. And I think it would be cool as if we would do a draft where we do a money draft where everybody gets $200 to buy their players, and we'll do it on YouTube.
The auction draft?
And like, let's say we do baseball because that's coming up, and we want to do it before all, baseball starts. And then we don't need to run the team all year long, but we're just putting together a team, for one show that would be fun. It's like a mock draft, basically. Mm-hmm. But I thought it'd be fun to do it with pretend like you have money. And I think that'd be fun. And I would be willing to do baseball, football, hockey, and baseball. I think
I'm all for football, but I'm not doing any more other than football leagues, man. That baseball, I thought football was hard to keep up with. That baseball, you got to be in there every hour on the hour, every freaking day of the week.
But it's just a mock league. We're not playing it. We're just drafting.
Oh, okay.
So it's
I don't
just
know much about baseball, man.
But I said, I'll be up here.
I was just going to buy a magazine.
For the ASE network, I will be here to help get the thing going. I mean, that's what it is. It says aquatics, sports, entertainment. So anything dealing in any of those things, I'm game for doing. So,
Yeah, I mean, if it's just a couple of, I mean, we do it on the stream
could
like
do-
this, and yeah,
We could
it's
do
not too
NASCAR.
much of a commitment.
we can do hockey, which that excites me.
But I mean, we don't actually have to play the league; just mock it.
Yeah,
Right.
Just do the
I
draft.
can't wait to start talking about hockey on the channel here.
I think it's fun to do the auction leagues because they're so funny, because people just for no reason will outbid somebody for stupid reasons. Like once say we're all going and Cousins goes for $5, and then this guy's like, well, Cousins is better than $5. I'll say $6, and then nobody else bids, and he's stuck with Cousins. Just
yeah.
it's just great.
Yep.
I love auctions.
Bet you I would be spending $5 for no damn Cousins.
No.
I would spend $5 on Cousins.
Some people do football leagues where like only rookies can be drafted, and then I think they make them like keeper leagues or something like that.
I've done keeper leagues. I love the keeper leagues.
No.
But you can't, there's not really any keeper leagues that are free. You have to go to like ESPN or one of those places that,
Yeah.
and you have to pay for those leagues.
Yahoo allows you to do keeper league baseball, I know, because I've been doing it on there for almost 15 years.
Right.
Well, football. That'd be interesting.
One
Do
of
a
my
keeper
friends
football.
died this week. One of my friends I'm playing baseball and baseball with for 2 decades died this week. He had a brain aneurysm.
Oh, I'm
wow.
sorry.
That's terrible.
41 years old. Young guy.
Oh my.
41. Ugh.
He was playing because his dad played. He was playing in high school with us. And his dad this time last year.
One of me and Danny's good friends, we have to go to her funeral tomorrow. Same thing. She was 56 years old. Same thing. Had a stroke. Died in her sleep.
This guy had a whole mess of kids too. I think he had
It should
5
get
or
scary,
7.
When you're in the 50s and now you got your buddies dying around you in their 50s. Like, holy shit, maybe I am expendable now.
But better enjoy life while you're around.
That's right.
Only lasts
Every day
forever.
as if it's your last.
I pray for Kenny pacifically every day that he has at least one more day to live.
Yep.
You pray to him or for him?
For him. I say, dear Lord, please give him one more day to live.
Ed, which would help me live longer is if I had a
What?
basset hound again. But I can't
Basset hounds are amazing.
The woman that's in my way. She says no basset hounds ever again.
She don't like the howling?
Huh?
She don't like the howling or what?
No, the last one we had, I may have spoiled too much, and she was a handful.
Yeah.
She would jump, and all you'd see her floppy ears flipping over the thing, and then she'd jump up, steal whole pizzas off the counter. And then she'd growl at you if you tried to take it away or bite at your feet. She was horrible.
I hope Ed doesn't miss any prayers for you. That could be devastating.
Yeah.
Like if you miss a day, because he's only asking for one more day. So there's like no leeway there.
Yeah, well, maybe somebody else will pray for him once in a while.
Danny's
I'm tired
got
of
a
always being the only
24-hour
one.
protection. With my track record, she's always got a bubble of protection over me.
I like your tank, Jimmy.
Thanks, Ed.
Nice.
This place is all torn up right now. I'm working on some stuff.
Oh, I think it looks good. A lot of nice green.
Yeah, there's a lot of plants in there. Turtle tanks over here.
So,
Here.
Jimmy, are you planning on trying to make it to Findig?
That's my turtle tank.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's my ladder. Hey, this is a good little step ladder. Oh, the Little Giant.
The Little Giant.
It's got a little platform that pulls down, real sturdy.
Nice.
Anyway,
The platform would be nice. Like if you wanted to be yanking duckweed out, you could put the bucket on the platform just right there between your legs. That would be easy.
yeah. See, I got a case of neuropathy out of my stupid diabetes that my doctor misdiagnosed. So my feet are really bad.
Mhm.
So sometimes I lose my balance, and I needed to get something that was sturdy like that. Yeah.
I have 2 of those in my. Well, not. I've got the cheaper one. That only has 3 stool legs, and it's all white with the black things. People keep
Oh,
them
okay.
women keep them in their kitchens for getting to the top shelf.
Yeah. We got one of those in the kitchen. Yeah.
I've
What's
used
going
it
on,
years
Scotty?
for photography when I was shooting wedding photography for group shots, but now I
Yeah.
use them in my fish room.
I
Yeah,
was feeling bad that I didn't have a fish tank in here, but I guess there is one right there.
I see that. Yeah.
Is there anything in it?
No, it's empty.
Oh, I see it.
I
now.
know.
Yep.
It's nice and clean.
It's
There's
to
no-
replace this tank over here.
There's no algae in it.
Yeah. Yeah, awfully clean.
You got Wheaties behind you.
Got a what?
Wheaties.
Oh,
Wheaties.
Wheaties. Yeah.
I guess I was talking behind the mic because I was trying to look at the screen better.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
blind.
Well, and I like my Siri thought I said something to play "When We" by Tank. Apparently,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
so I was
I don't
distracted.
even know what that is.
I don't know what that is either.
Win by Tank.
What does it say? "When We" by Tank. Oh well, I did say Tank. Yeah, so I guess that makes sense.
I'm gonna look it up as soon as we're done here.
Ryan and I had a good time last Saturday. We all got together, a bunch of YouTubers, and had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
We
That
did
was
have
good
one
time.
lady that was from Lebanon, got there, and she came into my stream on Sunday to complain about she says, oh, you guys should have been a little bit more forthcoming. Let us know that their plant order just kind of read me out because we didn't, like I'm supposed to know. All I do is helping the fish store out,
Yeah, and I mean there was
together.
nasty weather all over the place.
So anyway, it ends
it's
with
like
her
it's a
saying,
big
well, I
shocker that their
personally think
plant
that
order didn't show up.
Danikin just did it to promote his channel.
Oh my god! Wow. Well, I had a good time. I'm sorry she didn't.
Yeah, I just thought that was interesting.
I almost brought some plants to give to them too, but I was lazy and I didn't.
I can't believe that Boots Cats do that to you, Kenny.
It wasn't.
It wasn't her.
Didn't do that. Rachel was
Yeah.
cool. Rachel's
She got some
always cool.
coolies. She was happy, I think. Everybody's happy with coolie loaches.
All I know is I went in with 40 plecos and I came home with 10 ginormous
90.
things of frozen fruit. I got all that, and then 2 ginormous bags of Seachums for my wife for her. She wanted some potting soil.
Yeah, I like that
Better.
fluorite. It's good to mix with stuff, and it gives a little
She
iron
wants
in the
that
water
for
and
some
stuff.
reason. I think she wanted that for the rescape of her 75.
Yeah.
So this tank's going to look wonderful by Sunday, most likely, because all of those cool tetras that are in that tank currently are heading for this tank.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Mm.
And then the big angel fish, I've got to figure out where he's going. I was thinking I could probably put the big angel over in this tank with the Congo tetras. I don't think you'll hurt him. I've got Rosy Barb's Congo tetras, African red-eye tetras over there, and then green tiger barbs. I don't think there's anything. There's a Turkana jewel in there. They may not get along, but I've got Turkana jewel downstairs in the discus tank right now, and they're not messing with the discus at all.
I
Yeah.
don't even know what a Chicana jewel looks like.
Oh, they're beautiful, man. They get
Yeah.
these brilliant bright reds throughout, and then they're gorgeous fish.
It's a West African cichlid. Real pretty.
Ew.
As far as jewels go, they are the probably most behaved jewel out of all of them. They're pretty mellow tempered to the most part, unless they're breeding. Then they instantly turn into Cujo.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we'll call it tonight. We've been streaming now for 1 hour and 50 minutes already, which is hard to believe. Seems like we just got started.
Wow. Well, thank you,
That's
Tampa
awesome.
Tom, for hanging out with us.
Tampa Tom, all you guys, we appreciate you all coming out every week and hanging with us. And like I said, I dropped the link in
And
chat
Scotty.
every week. If you want to come up and talk about football or talk about sport or talk about anything, that's why we dropped the link. This is an open forum where if our crowd wants to come up and get something off their mind, you're welcome to do so. So
That's right.
I
Heck,
I
I'm
hope
up-
Pepperland
I'm up
Creek
here.
gets healed. Yep. Jimmy,
You're
thank you for
Friday.
coming up, man.
If I'm up
that's it.
here,
We hope to
that
see you
means
for
Kenny
the
will let
weekend of
anybody
Super Bowl.
come up.
Hope you get to feeling better, Pep. I don't know if you're still out there and can hear us, but I know you're fighting the flu right now, buddy. So I hope you get to feeling better.
He probably
Yeah.
has a lot of diarrhea.
Yeah,
that's
poor
good.
Pep.
Most likely.
Grandkids are great. Don't get me wrong. I love my grandchildren to death, but they are germ-carrying little vermin. I mean, you do
They
end
sure
up
are.
getting sick 9 out of 10 times when they're around for a visit.
The walking petri dish.
Oh, he gave us the thumbs up. At first, Tom, I thought that was the middle finger.
Oh,
I was like, damn, what did we do? Well, wait a minute, is it? I better
Just
start
remember,
wearing my
Tampa
glasses
Tom, my
when
yeah,
favorite
it's a
Tampa
thumb.
Bay.
It's a thumb.
I'm-
I hope
Oh.
Mike Evans comes to Kansas City next year, but not to make Tampa Bay worse, just to make him happy.
Well, yeah.
I don't see Tampa spending the money to keep him, actually. I just don't. He's 30 plus years old at this point.
Oh,
For the
he's
kind of money
still
he's
one
gonna
of the
draw.
studs of the league. You know, I mean, he dropped some bad passes in that game, but he also made some incredible catches too.
They got Godwin. They got Godwin. They can pick up another decent receiver in this year's draft. Because I don't think it's going to hurt if they keep Baker. That kid looks for the open receiver. He don't care if you're the starter or if you're the 10th rated receiver. If you're open, he's throwing you the ball.
Oh, we
So-
never even discussed who's winning the league right now.
Well, that's what I was talking about earlier. and
Yeah,
you
he
guys
was
put
trying to
over the
get you to
scores.
it.
I tried like hell to get it into the mix, Ed, but
For some reason, the audio for me goes out a lot on Kenny, so I don't hear him talking sometimes. I don't know
Oh,
why, but
okay.
I'm sorry, Kenny.
you're good. It just
But
feels
right
like
now-
Sunday all over again. I mean, there's times I say stuff in my stream on Sunday, and Danny 10 minutes later will bring up what I was just talking about 10 minutes ago. I don't think she ever hears me either, Ed.
Yeah, but that's really funny. That always makes me laugh. Especially like when you say, oh, the alpaca just moved it to the other tank. And then she'll say, tell me about the alpaca that just got moved to the other tank. Or did you move it's just funny.
I think it's because she
Oh, look,
she
Jimmy's got a
actually
cat.
concentrate on what people are saying in the chat. She's always
Yeah,
watching.
it's hard
the
to
chat.
do everything.
She always likes to. She reads every line in the chat. Usually, I think. Me, I kind of spit through because a lot of times in chat, it's mostly people just talking about whatever, you know.
What
They're
color
usually
eyes does that
conversing
cat
amongst
have?
each other. But she's the one that usually catches if somebody's got a question. If somebody actually has a question.
They're blue.
So many Siamese have blue eyes.
See, Tampa
Yeah,
Tom agrees with me. He says Evans is going somewhere. Hope you get him, Ed. He doesn't think they're going to re-sign him either.
Oh, look at those pretty eyes.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
They're a mean cat, though.
Not this one. She's a sweetie.
I just remember my friend Butchie, man. His Siamese cat would drag all kinds of vermin in the middle of the night through his air conditioning.
Oh, well,
I mean,
yeah. I mean,
rabbits, squirrels, raccoons. You bring in something different every night.
That's
Yeah,
just a great
Hey,
hunter.
Adele.
she was a stray. I brought her in.
Oh, poor
I-
Pep's already asleep.
Isn't
Well, that's
that
good that
sweet?
he's not in the bathroom.
Yeah, got to get plenty of rest.
Nico's got
Ah,
green eyes.
There's
Come on, look.
Nico. Well, my cat's not Nico. I can tell you that right now. You
Nico
know.
don't look very happy right now.
Nico's a celebrity. You know.
He's been just chilling in his bed this whole time while I pet him.
This her name is Ty. I named her Ty, Tai.
That's awesome.
And she's always saying, "How come you don't put me on TV like Ed does with Nico?" You
I
know.
bet.
Yeah.
I think all cats must be jealous of Nico.
Oh, they all know Nico. They do.
Well, Ed started doing Nico, and then Dreamweaver started bringing up their white cat, and they're huge on Instagram and YouTube now. They're over 12,000
Hey.
subscribers or something like that now.
Cat people, man, they like to see cats.
Wasn't
I'll
it a
tell you.
cat that time that got Amy, Sand Creek Aquatics 2? Wasn't it a cat that got her like
No, that was a wiener dog.
wiener dog? Okay.
But I have cat people that watch my cat shorts religiously every day.
Yes,
Like
they
they're
do.
the same people I've had for over a year. And they love saying how they love to always watch my goofy cat video.
And I didn't even used to be a cat person until I moved out here because they're everywhere, running
Danny
around.
and I had cats when the kids were growing up, and we had a bad experience where we had 3 female cats and they all got pregnant at the same time.
Oh my!
We made a mistake of not having them fixed. So we went from having 3 cats to like 27 cats in a matter of a month.
Well, I'll do it.
Yeah.
It's not a cat and me out. I mean, that's every day changing the litter box. It's not you can let it slide for 2 days. It's every day that litter box had to be changed, man.
See, I told
Well,
you,
thank
Ed.
you, Bob.
Even Roxanne's cats like to watch your cat.
Well, he would have been on last night, but my nephew had to be next to me.
I got to Nico actually fell asleep on my lap when I was back there visiting Ed. We all kind of crashed in these chairs, and Nico was sleeping here until Ed decided he was ready to go to bed. Then he took off with Ed when Ed headed for the bedroom. But until then, he was right here, just sound asleep.
Nice.
Or was that baby cat that did that? I'm trying to remember.
I bet it was Nico.
I thought it was
Maybe-
Nico too.
Baby cat likes to lay down by people's feet. Like if you have the thing up on the chair, she likes to be between your legs on the armrest or the leg rest.
Yeah, I just got a kick out of it. Yeah, he's up in your face type cat. He likes to be near you.
He likes new people. He loves people. Like if I
So
had everybody over at my house, if I had 50 people, he'd be right in the middle of it.
Wow.
Where are you streaming from right now, Ed?
What's that?
Are you in the lower part or upper part right now?
Oh, I'm in my craft room.
Oh, you're in the craft room. Okay.
The craft room is basically it's almost a closet. It's right across from the giant fish tank.
Okay.
When
I
you
know where you're
first
talking.
come down, it has like stained glass window doors that fold,
Yep, I know where.
but it's a
where you're at.
small room. I mean, it's 6 foot basically.
You come in from the
side to
patio
side,
door. You hang a right.
10 foot.
It's the one you dead into, right? You hang a right when you come in, and just all the way back.
Yep.
I know where you're at.
It's probably
Hey,
the
Melvin.
safest room for tornadoes.
Yeah.
But it's tight. It's really tight in here. This was
Yeah.
the lady's sewing room before I turned it into this room. I just had this as an empty room. It was just an empty room, and I'm like, well, shoot, I might as well turn it into something.
Put it to work.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I never noticed it before, Ed, but with the ASE network behind you, it almost looks like you're representing Washington, the college team Washington. See how it's got the purple? It looks like a W there.
The purple and the gold.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go Huskies.
Crazy.
All right, guys. Well, I guess we'll see you all next Friday night. We're going to get off of here.
Yep.
Get these tanks fed and a few other things. But thanks for coming out, guys. We appreciate y'all's support. And we look forward to seeing you next week. We'll be talking about who's Super Bowl. I don't think I want to touch on the Pro Bowl. They've kind of taken the fun out of that nowadays.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to sit and talk about a bunch of grown men playing flag football. I mean, there's
and we got Scuba Steve at the last minute. I honestly got some good stuff though for us, I think, after the Super Bowl to do.
All right.
For us to
We
talk
could go
about.
over like who is a Pro Bowler or something, I guess, or I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Well, I'm a Pro Bowler. Oh, that
Yeah, you
kind
are?
of Pro-
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Later.
Hey, yeah.
All right.